What is up, people? It's your boy Blue, and you are watching the Blue Forte television channel. This is a Chelsea fan channel, and today I'm gonna break down the Premiership match week 6, all the games, including Chelsea's trip. I'm sorry, Brighton's trip to Chelsea. They're coming to us. Um, I'll just do it in the order of the games, how they kick off, the times they kick off, and the alphabetical order. So we'll start with Brentford, who are playing in about an hour and 10 minutes. They're kicking off against Manchester United at home. Brentford SC versus Manchester United. I don't know, boy. Over the past, I don't know what it is with Man United. I thought that clearly we would beat them last week. I've given my thoughts on that game. Maresca's tactics cost us. He should have just left the structure of the defense and literally just taken off Pedro Neto. That was it. That's all he needed to do. Bring on a goalkeeper, bring on Jorgensen, and take off Neto for Jorgensen. That would have been it. We would have kept the same structure and a good attacking front line, and we would have won that game, or at least drawn it. We didn't. Man United now, I don't know if they're really going to be that confident. Mind you, Man United, we haven't beaten them at Old Trafford. I think the graphic was 2013 was the last time we beat them at Old Trafford. I don't know. I'm sure we beat them another time, but in the Premiership it said that. I don't know. Maybe I misread that. But yeah, they always rise to the occasion. It usually ends up a draw. And yeah, they got the better of us last week. Looking at this game, Brentford were able to get a point against us. So I'm assuming Brentford today, although I would expect Man United to win that game. I do feel like Brentford will go up. Will certainly go up against Man United, and Man United will have to get back into the game. I'm going to go for a draw or a Brentford win. I just think Brentford at home, like I said, their manager that they've got now is good. Even though Mbeumo has gone to Manchester United, he's not half the player he was at Brentford. I don't know why that is. You'd think amongst better players and in a better training complex, you'd feel that he would do something, but I don't know what's happened there. I don't know the problems at Man United, but I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a draw. I think Man United would be lucky to get a point out of it, or a Brentford win. I'll go with either a 1-1, a 2-2, or a 1-0 or a 2-0 for Brentford. What we have now, please ignore that in the background. There's always some idiot. Chelsea, we are at Stamford Bridge today, and we fight. We don't fight. Sorry, we take on Brighton and Hove Albion, and I've got to be honest, boy. Usually, I could with chest say that yeah, we're gonna beat Brighton and Hove, but I don't know, man. Hopefully, if we don't get any red cards and there's no silly tactics from Maresca today, we should comfortably win this game. 2-0, maybe a 3-0 in the ideal world. But so far, I don't know. I think Brighton do have it in them to pull a early goal, pull an early lead, and we may have to come back into it. Dare I say that? But I don't know. I'm going with a Chelsea win. Brighton and Hove Albion do have some good individual players. They have beaten Man City. They'll take a lot of confidence coming into this game, but we are at home, and I do feel with a full squad, and hopefully I don't know what he's going to do about David Sanchez. I think because he got red carded, he doesn't play today anyway. I'm sure, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But hopefully Jorgensen does his thing. I'm going to go with a Chelsea win anyway. I think we'll win. Should win it comfortably, 2 or 3-0. That's kicking off at 3 o'clock today at Stamford Bridge. The next game at 3 o'clock is Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Dare I go against Liverpool? I just get the feeling though, Palace at home. Palace at home. Palace, boy. They could be a tough team to break down. We went there and it was a 0-0 draw. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think Ekitike got a red card. I don't know if that's carried over. If it is, it will be Isak for definite. I don't know, man. With Liverpool, they've played so shit this season, and they're top of the league. What can I say? I don't know, but I'll go with a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. I do think Palace have it in them to take a point out of this game. I don't think they can win it, but they are strong at home and they are quite resilient. It could even be a 0-0, but I would go with, after Liverpool against Burnley. Burnley were unlucky not to get a point from the game against Liverpool. It was obvious that Frimpong shot the ball at Hannibal's hand. I don't know, they've just got lucky, Liverpool. I suppose they need luck. But I'm going with Crystal Palace. Nah, do you know what? I'm going with Crystal Palace to upset the odds today, to be the first person to hand them a loss. I've just got that feeling. It could be a draw. But nah, with chess, I'm going to say Crystal Palace. I think maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1. The next game at 3 o'clock today is Leeds United versus Bournemouth. Leeds are playing at home, of course. I have to go with Bournemouth for that one. I think it will be a tight game. Bournemouth just have a little bit too much for Leeds. Although Leeds, they got a win last week, didn't they? I'll go with Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth are a bit stronger, a bit of a stronger team than Leeds. I've still got Leeds getting relegated, but they might not. Who knows? But I'll go with Bournemouth for 1 or 2-0. Man City are the last game being played today at 3 o'clock. Man City are playing Burnley, and I will go with Man City at home. Come on. I think it will be a tight game as well. I think that one will be either a 2-1 or a 3-2 to Man City, but I see Man City winning that. Then we have Nottingham Forest versus Sunderland. They're kicking off at 5:30. Nottingham Forest at home, Sunderland. I think that will be a 0-0 draw. What's that? Okay. Yeah, that would be a 0-0 draw. God knows who will win that. Could be a 1-1 draw as well, but I don't know. I think Sunderland are just as strong as Nottingham Forest. Certainly Nottingham Forest, you prefer them attacking wise, but Sunderland are quite good attacking wise, and they're both sort of solid defensively as well. I'll go with a draw for that one. The last game being played today is Tottenham Hotspur versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's kicking off at 8 o'clock. That's a late kickoff. And I'm going to go with Tottenham Hotspur to win that. I think it'll be a tight game as well, but Tottenham, I don't know. They can beat Man City, but Can they do it consistently? I just think at home at White Hart Lane, I don't. Wolverhampton are not the same Wolverhampton they was, and they could be getting relegated themselves. So I'll go with Tottenham, a 1 or 2-0 win. Tomorrow we have two games being played, one at 2 o'clock and one at 4:30. The first one at 2 o'clock is Aston Villa at home to Wembley. I'm definitely going with Aston Villa, and yeah, even though Fulham to me are a stronger team, they certainly played well. When they got Josh King, they got Wilson, they got a load of people. They got that Brazilian guy and the other Brazilian as well that came off the bench last week. It was pretty good, man. But Villa, come on, man. But I don't know, Villa, it could be relegation settings for Villa. Let me be honest. Let me be really honest. Nah, I'll go back on that. I think Fulham will win that one. I don't know the score, but I'll go with a Fulham win against Villa away from home. That would be a good win for them as well. The other game at 4:30 is Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Arsenal are playing away at Newcastle United. I'm going with Arsenal. I do think Newcastle are a good unit. They're strong and everything, and they're playing at home. But I'll go with Arsenal for that one. Hopefully, Arsenal are not so ultra defensive, and they just go for it. Eze has been in really, really good form. He got his first goal the other day in the Caribou Cup. And yeah, he's starting to look like, he's starting to sort of boss the midfield, and he's making some good tackles, good passes, everything. Like, he's really starting to boss up in the number 10 role. So I'm going to go with Arsenal, either 1 or 2-0. I think it'll be quite tight. And then on Monday, the last game of match week 6 will be Everton kicking off at 8 o'clock against West Ham United. And I've got Everton winning that one. I just think Everton have been stronger than West Ham have so far. They'll look to gain momentum. They've got a better squad. They've got some new players. Jack Grealish seems to be back to his old self, which is really good. So yeah, I'll go with Everton at a 1 or 2-0. And that concludes it for me, man. With Chelsea, I feel like we should beat Brighton and Hove Albion. I'll be very disappointed if we don't. Hopefully, there won't be no red cards or no mad decisions or mad substitutions made. But I hope Maresca gets the tactics right, and we should win that one. Like I said, I think we'll win that one comfortably, 2 or 3-0. So that concludes it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I know that I haven't gone viral yet, and I've just started up my channel just, not too long ago. But I'm already getting more views and more. I'm in a better algorithm than the last 2 years when I did my Chelsea podcast. It seemed like, I don't know if there was a couple of haters or what, or they put me in a really, really bad algorithm. But they haven't, thank God, YouTube haven't put me on a bad algorithm this time. So hopefully I get more views. Please up the likes though, comment, share, subscribe. Even if you don't agree with me, just let me know in the comment section below. I'm out.